So let's take a look at our brand new Trifecta terrain system. I've put together a little example build using just Trifecta pieces and a few floors. So what's cool about these Trifecta pieces is that they're all two-part, which lets you do something cool like this. We can tear out all the floors in this room and leave our poor fighter stranded with a sea of lava surrounding him. All these pieces are designed to work three ways, thus the name Trifecta terrain. So for example, let's look at this large curved piece. It's a wall and it's a floor. You can use them together to do regular build just like we did. They work just to make a corner in a room. Or you can separate them and use either piece by itself. So you can use the ledge piece to do some sort of negative space build like we did here, where we build out around and we leave negative space for a train tray or whatever you want underneath it. It's double-sided, so you've got two options on what it looks like to give you more organic variety in your builds. Similarly, we can now use this wall for negative space build, so we can use it to build right up to the edge of this lava so we can contain the lava. And now our fighter is trapped in here and has to make his way across the lava. Aha! The Bean Slayer jumps! Woo. The other thing you can do with these as freestanding walls is you can actually just use them on top of floor pieces. So if I wanted to, I could just put this on the floor and start building from here if I wanted to make some internal walls and like. Yes, they're slightly higher than the other walls, so maybe that'll bother you, but it's certainly functionality that's baked into them. It gives you some options. So all the pieces, we have essentially enough bread and butter pieces with these Trifecta to build just about any shape you could need. So we have the basic straight. It's like this. It mimics a straight wall. It works for great negative space, otherwise, something like such. We have our corner, which works just like a regular corner piece. Take these out. You could take 4 of these to make a little island if you wanted, floating in a thing. Let's take that out. What the heck? We have the opposite of that corner, which is this right angle corner. Looks like this. This comes out. What's really neat about this one is it's designed to be primarily used like it is here as a convex curve going out with the flowing light, but it's also, you can see it in use here, same thing. But if you want, you can, this side we made perfect right angle in there, so you can fit a floor piece up against it, like such. So you see here I've made this little alcove by using 2 of those pieces outside a 2x1 piece. So we have a cool little alcove there made by that same piece, just flipped around, went from inside to outside. So you can also do some fun passage turns and the like with this if you need. Then we have the Swell Wall. So this thing has, I don't even know how it goes. So this is the opposite of our standard cavern piece. We have a right swell. This is the left swell. So these are designed, they can work, they're very complementary together. You can swell in and out, opposite directions. Boom, boom. It lets you offset your builds by 1 inch. Obviously you can break these apart. This ledge is really nice for when you use it as negative space for going up and down, sort of on a diagonal. Use this here. Then the opposite piece to that is, we can look at it over here. We have our long right swell. So this swell goes left, we have this one goes right. So this long swell is 4 inches long. It goes from 2 inches here to 3 inches over here. And it has a wall an insert slot, so you can put whatever you want in there. You can put a door, you can put any insert wall. All right, so this lets you customize what's in your what's in your wall, or if you're using it for negative space, like what's in your ledge. So this is, for instance, right here, this is a fantastic transition from some sort of room down to negative space. And if you wanted, you could build just a regular room from here, building out as we go. You can start building and build a regular room from there. The last little piece we have in the system isn't a true trifecta piece, it's just a ledge wedge. But we use this to transition up to the edge of the ledge pieces if you want to transition out and be done with ledge building. So you could use it, for instance, if we're building a ledge here and we wanted to terminate it, you use that little ledge wedge. So this is designed to work with these ledge pieces, but it's not a true trifecta piece. That's all the core trifecta pieces. We have the straight, the large curve, the corner, the swell left, the long swell right, the convex right angle curve. The other cool thing about these pieces is we designed them to work with our new cave cliff pieces. So the geometry of the ledges and the walls is made to work wonderfully well with these new elevations. So we have our long right swell fits right up against the edge here. If you wanted to have something that passage that came out and terminated on a cliff and could drop down to some cool negative space, you could do that. We have the ledge for that piece fits fantastic well on top or underneath. If you want to change the height of your cliffs, gives you a lot of options. The straight ledge can fit a bunch of ways. It's designed to follow the contour here, but if you want, you can flip it there to make more variety. And the same thing you can put on the bottom. These cliffs have a lot of the Aranthor mountains in them, so if you want to make them feel even more cave-like, you can put them on the bottom and put these ledge pieces on the top, and they start feeling even more cave-like, although they're perfectly at home in the cave without these. The large curve piece fits on top of the large curve cliff, or underneath. So we give you a lot of options of ways to play with these trifecta pieces. The idea with these pieces is that you could, without buying too many pieces, we'd give you a whole bunch of flexibility and functionality. Just with the same pieces, you can do maximum modularity with a minimum number of pieces. So you can build rooms, you can build passages. Oh, like this, for instance, you can take this piece and currently have a 90-degree turn for your passage. You have so many different things you can build with just a few pieces, so we could really maximize your bang for your buck on this stuff because this terrain is expensive. So we wanted to make it the best possible options for you. We give you all the flexibility to make as many crazy organic shapes as you want. So it's also important to note that even though these things are freestanding, they're very stable. So they'll have anchor magnets in them, so they'll stick to the terrain trays. But we went to great lengths to widen the bases of these things. So there's a lot of irregularities, swelling out, rocks and the like, so that they'd have a lot of stability on their table, so they wouldn't tip over if your table gets jostled. Now the curve, so it's got a big footprint there, and it's a curve. This large curve, forget about it, this thing is massive. It's not going anywhere. The right angle curve, because it's got a big footprint, and the swell wall swells out. So we really wanted to try and ensure as much stability as possible, because it's very frustrating to have freestanding walls fall over on you. So I don't think these things are going anywhere. So that is our new Trifecta terrain system.